2016. It's been one heck of a year, alright? Whether it's been more good or more bad, it's still a year, and well, that is all subjective, really. But yeah, lots of crazy stuff went down. I mean, tons. You know, good and bad. We have people dying. Iconic people dying. I mean, well, people always die, but we have a bunch of iconic people dying. Like Alan Rickman. The dude who plays Snape, and Carrie Fisher. People like that. David Bowie. Rest in peace to everyone who's died. But death is kind of natural. If there's life, there's death. Okay, you just have to kind of just accept it, I guess. And besides, think about it this way. Um, you're in a garden, okay? You see the prettiest flower, and you just see some ugly flowers. Which do you pick first? You pick the prettiest flowers because they're more visually appealing, and they're just better. That's kind of the way, it works with people. Sometimes the pretty ones go, like, pretty ones as in good people, not like, looks. I don't judge by looks. That's kind of weird. But, it's kind of like that. And hey, whatever you believe in, they're gonna be in that place or whatever. So yeah, it kind of covers the whole. Yeah, lots of iconic people are dying and stuff. But hey, people always die. It's normal. It's natural. Stay strong. But yeah, wasn't the only people dying wasn't the only crazy thing in 2016. I mean, over here in America, we had the elections all year, and wow, was it a mess? It was insane. I mean, how? Like, it literally bring out the worst of people. Like, I don't know if it's always been like this or if it's just this year, but it bring out the worst. Like, wow, just messed up. It's either between it was between Trump, Hillary, and Bernie. Oh, some other ones too. Ben Carson, who's a lunatic. I mean, that that dude's like the last person who should be president, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, and other people like. Okay, I don't even remember. I barely paid attention. Mainly, it was just Hillary, Trump, and Bernie. Although Bernie didn't get the nomination. But hey, that's a failure on the DNC's part because, well, they could have had a president who was Democrat, even though Bernie isn't like a Democrat. He's more social. He's a socialistic Democrat. They could have had a Democrat president, but they're like, no, yeah, let's go for Hillary Clinton. She has more money. Simple as that, really. And yeah, honestly, if it was up to me, I'd have went with Bernie. But hey, that's all done and over with. We have Pumpkin Spice Dildo as a president. I guess we have to get used to it. So yeah. Speaking of president, stuff like that. President-elect Trump. I mean, his cabinet picks were horrible. I mean, come on. All his cabinet picks, like, they're not gonna do anything for the Department of, whatever. They're doing the opposite. It's like, okay, opposite of the Department of Education and stuff. Speaking of a Department of Education, also, yeah, apparently Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education. Now, okay, why? That doesn't make much sense. If anything, it should be revamped. It should be overhauled. Because, I mean, most of our students in this country are idiots. Well, no offense. They are idiots. They can barely do simple math, orders of operations and stuff like that. They can barely spell online. It's. We need it to be revamped, and, it needs to be revamped in the best interest of the students. So, yeah, because the students are the future. But yeah, the election wasn't the only thing going on in 2016. Also there was the Dakota Access pipeline stuff, and I mean, come on, I thought we stopped kicking Native Americans off their land. I mean, we've been doing that for years. Can't we just stop now? I mean, we have more land than we can handle, honestly. It's basically, it's corporate earnings over Native Americans, and their well-beings, and it was corporate earnings over the actual environment. Because by putting placing the pipeline where it was, it could have, ruined water for over 10 million people. Yeah, okay. Originally it was gonna be by Bismarck, I think. But yeah, a lot of the citizens were afraid because it might mess up their water and stuff. Flint, Michigan, anyone? Yeah. So yeah, we do that exact same thing. What? So Native Americans don't matter, but the white people do matter? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's horrible. Honestly, like I have lost like all my faith in this. Oh, in this country. This country is a mess. But hey, what do I know? I'm like 17. What do I know, right? Also, a bunch of other stuff went down in 2016. Harambe, a bunch of new memes, all of that. But 2016 wasn't all that bad if you think about it. I mean, a lot of good has happened in 2016. Yeah, it sounds shocking, doesn't it? Sure, a lot of good has happened. Except, yeah, not a lot of good is always reported, because the thing about that is, it's easier to, it's easier to, tell the bad stories, the bad stuff that happens, because you can get it's easier to get a reaction out of somebody. It's easier to get people to pay attention. So that's why all news and stuff is riddled with bad. Stuff like that. Police officers killing innocent people, blah blah blah, all that. So, but yeah, some good did happen in 2016. For example, um, oh, this is for all the geeks out there who love computer hardware. Nvidia released their new Pascal, Pascal architecture, GPUs, the 1080, the 1070, 10 the 1060, 1050, 1050 Ti, all that. Even the new Titan X, which is called Titan X, I'm just gonna call it the Titan XP. But yeah, also AMD released new graphics cards. What's the stuff that's happened there? The new Dishonored game came out. Game looks great, by the way. Yeah, 2016 wasn't entirely bad. For some, it could have been a year of growth and development, such as well, for me, example. For me, 2016 wasn't all that bad for me. In 2016, I've actually learned a lot about myself. I I learned so much this year, and I look forward to it every year because learning and spreading knowledge, that's very important to me. But yeah, lots of good's happened for me. I'm sure some good has happened to others as well. You know, it can't be all bad if you think about it. Good and bad, it's like positive and negative. There can't be if there's a negative, there's gonna be some kind of positive, whether it's a little bit or a lot. But you still have to acknowledge that the positive is there. It's, hmm. Yeah. Well, let's just hope 2017, you know, is kind of better. I mean, I would kind of doubt it. But hey, in 2017, AMD is gonna finally release some new CPUs. It's been years. I mean, well, I think the last CPU was like, well, no, their last CPUs came out like almost 3 years ago, I think. With the FM2 and FM2 Plus sockets, but not entirely sure. But I mean, no, I mean like an entirely new CPU, new core and everything. It's not gonna be a steamroller or bulldozer, core. It's gonna be, a Zen core. It's gonna be a new. It's gonna be new. It's gonna be great. uh, I can't wait for that. I can't wait because I mean this channel is going to be dedicated to, well, not limited to hardware, as in computer hardware, not the stuff they sell at Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm kind of mad, Lowe's hardware store. No. It's home improvement store. It's not a hardware store. Not the hardware I'm talking about. I'm talking about 6950X's and stuff, and GTX 1070s, and I'm talking about that hardware. I'm not talking about you know well, yeah, I'm not talking about home improvement stuff. I'm not talking about doors, doorknobs, windows. I'm not talking about any of that, unfortunately. But this channel is also going to be a lot of science and just a lot of commentary of me just talking and giving my take on everything. Remember, it is an opinion. If you disagree, it's fine. Okay? It's fine. Eh, Opinions are meant to be subjective. Okay, it's fine if you have a different opinion from me. I'm not gonna like attack you or anything, but if your opinion is already disproven by fact, and you remain stubborn to hold that same opinion, then yeah, I'm probably going to end up arguing. Just probably just gonna walk away before one of us says something we regret. But yeah, it's fine to have an opinion. Don't worry, you're not all that bad if you have a different opinion. Don't worry, freedom of speech. Say what you want as long as it's not vulgar, racist, or sexist, or just, I don't know, obscene. Although, I mean, obscene and vulgar are the same. Well, that is it. I I hope to, enjoy much more videos with you guys. This is Frigid X here.